family day. You know what? It's been way too long since we've seen this woman. We want to talk about hydration a little bit, but more importantly, we are talking about it with Mairlyn Smith. I missed her so much. Oh my God.
I'm home. Hello. I'm so glad to be
happy
here.
see you.
Those are amazing shoes.
Well, I think if it was you wearing them, you would probably do something like this,
okay, well,
right?
There you go.
Because she's very good with putting her leg like that. But yeah,
gorgeous.
they're bright.
Sorry.
You can see them from miles away.
Oh, they're fabulous. Okay, I'm sorry, I got distracted.
That's
Hi.
okay. Hello. We want to talk about hydration.
Yes.
I was saying to the audience earlier, if you are feeling like you are thirsty, you are probably so far gone already.
Totally.
Because most of us are dehydrated. We're not getting enough liquid, especially now in the summer, right?
I know, and it's so important for little kids, seniors, or people who have compromised immune systems. So
Right.
you have to be on top of it. Because
Yeah.
once you're thirsty, you're too far gone.
See, I need some water.
You need some water.
You keep talking.
No, and seriously, a lot of people get summer headaches and they don't get winter headaches. They're getting summer headaches because they're dehydrated.
Right.
That could be one of the reasons. Another one is that there's, you know, when your blood gets thick, you have a bigger chance of having a heart attack or a stroke. And so keeping hydrated is going to keep everything moving a lot better. So, so important to keep hydrated.
And our bodies are mostly made of water, right?
Yes, yeah.
There's
And
70% water in there, so you need to add that to your body to keep it functioning.
So get your kids, you know, always remind them to drink, you know, their little water bottles, that whole shebang is a really, really good idea.
Now, the other thing you probably want to think about doing is staying away from alcohol. Yeah, I just said it.
Hey, I was going to bring that up later, but I was going to like ease people into that one. But yeah, you're right, because alcohol dehydrates you. It totally dehydrates you. So if you're out there drinking beers and, you know, the little G&Ts and stuff, make sure you're hydrating, because that's, you're getting a worse hangover in the summer. Yeah. Because you're probably dehydrated too.
Absolutely.
So there, just a little word from, oh, I don't know why I know that. Anyway, okay.
Not that you've ever been through that.
I've ever been through that. Okay, so the first drink that I'm going to make that is a real hydrator is a watermelon kind of a lemonade, because watermelon is 92% water. Right. But a lot of people think watermelon is just like a treaty thing that's not got anything in it. It's got 2 antioxidants, and lycopene being one of the biggest sources of lycopene, which can reduce your chance of breast cancer and prostate cancer. Good. But it also has B vitamins. It's got potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure. Right. So it's a really genius food to just eat on its own. Yeah. But I'm going to make a drink out of it. Okay. Okay. So we're going to make a watermelon drink. Now I've got this amazing Cuisinart blender.
You have brought the most beautiful blenders down. Like, look at all your toys today. They're gorgeous.
I've got like amazing kitchen toys, and it's really powerful, and I love it. I like the color too. So we've got 4 cups of cubed watermelon, and I'm using frozen raspberries just to give it a bit more of a chill, but you can use totally fresh ones. The beeping thing's my kettle.
Yelling at me.
Don't worry. And then fresh lemon juice. Don't be buying that crap. Well, sorry, did I say that out loud? You did. Don't be buying the bad pre-lemon. Use real lemons. I mean, I want a real lemon.
Because I have that bad stuff at home in my fridge.
Go away! Shut the front door.
Is that wrong?
That's wrong.
Okay.
Oh no,
I'll get rid of it.
That's
Use the
bad.
real stuff.
Use the real stuff. Yes.
I totally have one of those at home.
Okay. You know what you're going to go home?
I'm
throw
going to throw
it
it out.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Got it.
All right. So then we're using a little bit of water, and then it's easy, and we can put some ice in if you want, but we're going to just blend that all up.
Look at the smoothness of that blend.
I know, it's really powerful.
So easy too. You know what? If you do want to, sometimes drinking a non-alcoholic drink, you don't feel as cool, but you're going to feel really cool.
You're going to get totally hydrated. Totally hydrated with this. Totally. If you want to try, well, you could do that, but I'm not saying that out loud. Okay. And if you want to make it a bit more icy, you're going to put more ice cubes. You're going to put ice cubes in there.
Look, I'm eating it and drinking it.
Well, you know what? I could have pureed it a bit longer
because
I want it.
You don't mind a little bit of chunk?
No. It should be really, really smooth. So that's our first one. I don't know whether you noticed, but there's no sugar in it.
That's true.
That's true, because you know what?
Sweet. Was it the berries that make it sweet?
It's the combination of the watermelon being really sweet because it's in season right now, and then the raspberries too. But there's a lot of lemon juice in there, and it's the sweetness from the watermelon. I love it. But that leads us into this next drink, which is one of my favorite summer drinks, which is iced tea. And the commercial iced tea is so loaded with sugar. Terrible. And sugary drinks are not going to hydrate you. And sugary drinks, actually, what they do is they act like saturated fat in your arteries. Sugar does. And so it's going to actually make your arteries more rigid. So you want to have really loosey-goosey arteries, okay? Yes. Really flexible ones.
They should look like that.
They should look like that. Yeah. Be very, very, like, Anyway, okay.
So iced tea.
So iced tea.
I don't know. I'm a big person. I'm a big proponent of eating your calories rather than drinking them.
Yes.
So I wouldn't want to drink the really sugary drinks.
Good for you.
Anyways.
Because this one has no sugar in it at all. This is just straight up iced tea with a little bit of lemon and a little bit of mint. Okay. So this is the real deal. Yeah. And the thing with tea is if you're going to absorb the antioxidants in tea, you can't absorb them when they have milk in them. You absorb them to a much lesser extent. So when you're drinking iced tea, you're actually getting a healthier antioxidant hit than you are when you put milk in it. So if you wanted to sweeten it, you can make something called a simple syrup, okay?
Yeah.
And a simple syrup is usually 1-to-1, 1 cup of sweetener. It could be sugar, honey, agave, with 1 cup of water. And then you just cook that until it dissolves. And then you can flavor it. I put ginger in this little container. So I poured the ginger, I put the ginger in and I poured the really hot simple syrup. You mix this up until it's dissolved.
Okay.
Or you could do mint. But the trick is you only want to use a titch, because each one of those is going to be, a tablespoon would be almost like adding another tablespoon of sugar to what you're going to drink. So you just use this judiciously.
Okay.
Okay, but
and you add that into the tea.
Yeah, so if you wanted a little bit of sweetness, then we could put a little bit of sweetness in here. But do you want to try it first and see if you like it as is?
Yeah, because I'm wondering if it's like the Americans. The Americans just cool down their tea.
That's right. They call it cold tea. Yeah. And they call sweet tea iced tea, which has got the sugar in it.
This is the way they do it.
That's exactly the way they do it.
And this is actually what iced tea is.
And that's what it's supposed to be. You're right. But if you wanted to do, like, honestly, that little bit would make a little bit of a difference, but that would be good, okay?
Okay.
But here's the trick when you're making iced tea.
That's sweeter.
Is that, just a titch, eh?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Or you could even just brew, in your teapot, you could actually brew the ginger and the mint, or one or the other with the tea bags. Okay. But when you're making iced tea, you make it super strong. So here's six tea bags or a half a cup of loose tea. Yeah. And I would normally warm the teapot up. Okay, so you'd hot your pot. You know, you do it the way you really do with boiling water. You hot it. If you don't hot the pot, you go to tea hell. And then you got to make a good. You got to make a good pot of tea. You got to make a good pot of tea. And then you put your 6 cup. This would be boiling. Okay. And then you add your boiling water and you steep it for 4 to 6 minutes. So it's really a super intense tea. Then you can discard your tea bags, throw that into your composter, and then when you go to make it, you do equal amounts of water. So in there we've got 4 cups of tea and 4 cups of water. Actually, we've got 8 and 8. Okay. And then you can do it. And I always do decaf for people that are caffeine sensitive like moi. Yeah. And so I have 2 different options, and that's what we drink all summer.
You don't need caffeine, Mama.
Mama doesn't need it.
You don't need caffeine. Let's go to break. Great recipe, Cindy Line.
Thank you.